Hello, my lovely Aquariuses. I am Jessica from Willow Vine's Intuitive Vibes, and I'm here to do your January 2020 reading. The main focus is not love, but it seems to be very prominent in these readings. I'm going to say what I see, so if I pick up on career or just your personal life, friendships, family, whatever, I will definitely say it. Keep in mind this is a general reading. It will not apply to every single one of you. I wish I could do that, but I can't. If you would like me to pick up on your personal energy, please email me. My email is in the box below. I will gladly give you all the information you need on personal readings. It's on the community tab as well as my website. And check me out on Patreon. I do have openings for personals if any of you are interested. And I hope you had a wonderful new year, and I hope that this year brings new and exciting blessings your way. I feel like change is here. I really do. And if it's not, I feel like it's been here for a while. There's a need for change. I feel like you guys have been going in, either going down the same road or in the same direction for quite a while. Some of you had veered off a little bit because you realized it wasn't in your best interest, or things weren't going the way that you wanted them to. So if we're talking about career, you didn't get that promotion, or you're just not making the type of money that you want to make at the job that you're at. And I feel like more so than money, it's about fulfillment. Someone is not emotionally fulfilled in a situation, and you haven't been for a while. Whether that's love or even in your family situation. I just feel like somebody has outgrown a situation or a relationship, and it was really difficult to move past. And I feel like you still haven't moved past it, but you're closer to moving on than you ever were before, because you're actually seeing little to no progress in that situation. And you are ready for change. I feel like I'm ready. Like I needed to take this time to think. I needed to take this time to work on myself, and to really figure out what the hell I want and who I want and where I want to be in life. So you're definitely being presented with a choice. I feel like some of you will choose right and some of you will choose wrong. And when I say wrong, it's not really wrong. It's just going to repeat a cycle and extend this ending longer than it needs to be, basically. So that's the quote-unquote wrong part about it. But if you haven't learned a lesson, you just haven't learned a lesson. It is what it is. But I feel like for the majority of you, you're sick of whatever's going on in your situation, and you are so ready to change it, it's not even funny. So I feel like most of you will make the right choice. So the overall energy and or advice of the situation is fork in the road, but it's reversed. You can see it better with a light like that. See? Fork in the road. Basically with this card, it's when you're presented, in the upright is when you're presented with a decision. Should I go this way or should I go that way? And because it's reversed, you have reached the impasse. You've reached the end of the road. You made a decision and you're on a dead end road. So you finally came up to the sign and it said you can't go any further. There's a fucking 100-foot drop after the tape or after the gate. There's nothing left for you on this road. So it's almost like, okay, I need to backtrack. I need to turn around, find that fork in the road and go in the other direction. So whatever decision you were faced with, you need to make the opposite choice that you've already made. So for example, if you decided to wait for your ex or try to rekindle something with an ex person, you know that it's not going anywhere. Either you two didn't come back together, or when you did, it was worse than it was before, and there's nothing else that you can possibly gain or learn from this person, from the situation. It's just done. So it's like, okay, well, I've already explored this. I can't go any further. I'm going to move on and find somebody new. If we're talking about a career, you've reached the end point in that career, in that job that you're at. So if you work in an office, for example, you were trying to become the head of your department and you only went up one rank, and it's not because you're not talented, and it's not because you don't know the information, it's not because you suck at your job. It has nothing to do with that. It's just whoever you're working for, that company, they don't see the potential that you have, because you're not supposed to be there. So basically, you can't advance any further than you're already than where you are, and you know this, and you don't want to continue. You want to be somewhere where you're appreciated, and where your hard work pays off, basically, so that you can reap the rewards, the benefits, the financial benefits of it too, and the praise that goes along with it. I almost feel like somebody's dealing with a boss who tends to steal your ideas. So if you worked, like, say you worked all weekend on a fucking project and for the company for this presentation, and then the day comes to present it and your boss takes it over and acts as if they did it. It's that type of dynamic where you don't get recognized for the things that you do. And I feel like it would be similar in a relationship. The effort that you put in to keep the relationship going, or to even get it off the ground, was not noticed by this person, and I feel like it's a past person that you've dealt with that's been on your mind. So you really don't know what direction to go in. It's like you really don't want to leave. You don't want to find somebody new, but there's nothing left within that connection. And I think you know it, at least for whoever I'm reading for. And then that was clarified by sudden wealth and change. So like I said, whether we're talking about your career or a relationship, your luck has run out in that situation. It's time. You put all your money in the slot machine and you got nothing back. You're not going to win. Somebody already won the jackpot in that, and there's nothing left to give out of that machine. It's a dead machine. It's time to change machines. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Casino shit all the time. All the time. All of a sudden, I think it's just because of this thing. But so it's time to move on and find something different a job that's going to be more lucrative, and successful, and a relationship that's actually going to provide dividends, I just heard. And that's something you would think with work. It's basically what you put into that relationship, you will get back, and you will probably get it back tenfold. Just not with whoever you're with now, or your ex-person, not with them, with somebody new. There's a time, whatever you're doing now, you need to change it. So whoever you're thinking of wanting to go back to, whoever you're with, you need to let them go and move on to somebody else. Whatever career path you're on, it's time for a change. And I feel like it's been a long time coming for you. Some of you have been working towards this change. You're just kind of scared to take that next step, that leap of faith, to put that resume out, because you are in your comfort zone. Take the time that you need, but don't let an opportunity pass you by, especially in career. And if it's something that seems really great and you've been waiting for it, try. That's all you can do, is try. Worst case scenario, you won't get it. You still have the job you're at. You can try again later. What's meant to be will be, no matter what we're talking about. Yeah, that's pretty much what I have with that. So then the past energy, what brought us up to this point, Aquarius, is the Six of Cups, which is memories, nostalgia, children. Some of you could have been staying at this job, this dead-end job, just because you make enough money to feel secure and to take care of your family, especially if you do have children. Some of you might feel stuck, especially anyone who's paying child support. So if you have to pay out for your children because they don't live with you, you might be like, well, what's the point of getting a different job or making more money? I'm just going to have to give it to my ex anyways, kind of thing. Don't think like that, because it will benefit you in the long run, because you don't pay child support forever, and you need to think about yourself too, not just your children. And for those of you who don't have children, or your children are not the issue, you're not dealing with child support or any of that stuff, I just feel like this is memories. This is why you would want to go down that road back to your ex. This is why you would even venture that thought. It's the past. It's being complacent in a sense, and it's time to get out of that. Like, it's okay to have your memories, your good memories, your bad memories. It's okay to still love somebody and move on. But you need to love yourself more, and that's what's going to make you move on, especially if this person isn't committing to you or isn't treating you properly or is just ignoring you in general. It's saying that there's something from your past that needs to change, because it's not working out for you. It's not working for your highest good anymore. So let's see. We'll get some more information on this Six of Cups and see what this past shit is all about. What's got my Aquarians stuck? Some of you literally are stuck in a relationship, in a marriage, or just in your situation, like a family situation, because of your children. Some of you might have like 5, 6 children, and I know that this is a small message and it's not for everyone, but there is somebody out there who is an Aquarius who has quite a few children, and you might feel like, I can't leave because of the children, because how am I supposed to support them? I have too many, you know, like, and I'm not saying that it's bad to have a lot of children, because it's not. It's just, I feel somebody feels like they're stuck, that they can't follow their dreams in a sense because their children are holding them back, or their family situation is holding them back. I should say it that way, yeah. But that's just for like 1 or 2 people. So why is the Six of Cups here? I really feel like this is just a past person, a memory that needs to be walked away from. Ugh. Well, you already know what this is. So we have the High Priestess in the reverse. That's expressing your feelings. That secret's being revealed, whatever's done in the dark. You know everything you need to know about the situation. I feel like nothing has changed with this past person or job. Some of you might have outed your feelings too. I get one more. Why is the High Priestess reversed? I feel like you found something out about the past, something that you didn't know. So for those of you who did go back to an ex and you thought things were going great, I feel like history is repeating itself. Yeah, the Hierophant reversed. So if we're talking about a past relationship, 8 of Cups reversed, this is going back to the past. So I feel like last year or in the recent past, you did go back to an ex. You told this person how you felt, or they opened up to you. So either they approached you or you approached them, but I feel like you rekindled a relationship with somebody, or you were in the beginning phases of that, and it was with somebody that you either had children with or you were committed to them in the past, so an ex, and it's not working out again. Somebody recently told you their feelings and said this isn't working, so it's almost like the cycle, it started over again and ended again. So that's the dead end, the change that needs to happen. And if this wasn't said, then it was definitely felt by you, or you were thinking this, and it's like, why did I get myself stuck in this situation again? If this is a job, this is somebody telling their boss to shove it, like, I ain't fucking working here no more, kind of thing, like the song goes. It's also losing faith in a connection or in a situation. I feel like somebody took their friend's advice or a family member's advice, and it was the wrong advice. It was bad advice. I don't feel like this person who gave you this advice to go back to the ex or to stay at your shitty job or whatever, I don't feel like they were doing it to be mean or malicious. I feel like they just didn't understand the situation. They didn't understand how you felt or what happened to break up with this person in the first place, or what's been going on between you and your coworkers, or you and your boss, or whatever's going on at the company. I feel like this person just didn't have all the information. They gave you bad advice and you took it because they're your good friend, or they were your mother or a family member of some kind. So you thought that they had your best interest at heart, and they do. They just didn't know the whole situation. So they gave you the wrong advice. Yeah, there was definitely an end to a situation in the recent past. I feel like you found out a secret. Oh. Well, this isn't for everyone, but that just popped in my head, so I'm going to say it. For some of you, or one of you, you found out that your partner has a illegitimate child. I don't know how the hell they hid this from you for, I feel like they hid it for a while. Somebody just recently found out that their person has a child with somebody else. Yeah, well, that will cause a breakup, I was gonna say. If that's you, wow, I'm so sorry. That's rough. One night stands can come back to bite you in the ass. I will say that right now. So anyways, the current oh my god, I was gonna say the current information. So yeah, well, the information you found out, I guess, the current information that I just said led us to this. The current energy, oh my gosh, is the Two of Coins. It's like the Two of Pentacles. It's in the reverse. This is dropping a situation. It's no longer juggling. So if you were dealing with multiple people, Aquarius, you're not doing that anymore. I feel like you dropped both parties if that's the case. Or it could be your partner who did this, the person you're connecting to, this past person. Oh, like, I got rid of them. You know, they're lying, whatever kind of bullshit. I feel like whatever you found out, whatever secret broke you and this past person up, you're like, I can't do this anymore. I don't play. I'm nobody's second choice, period. Like, whether you were back with this ex-person or they were entertaining the idea of it, but they were also entertaining other people. If you found out that they were dating other people or just being promiscuous, even if they weren't dating anyone, they weren't technically in a relationship or committed to you or anyone, it's just the past person you wanted to go back to, and you were talking about getting back together, you might have found out that they have been snoozing everybody else, and you're like, fuck it, I'm done with this, I'm dropping the situation, I don't want to have anything to do with it. This is also talking about work and unloading your responsibilities. Like, I feel like for a long time you've had a lot on your plate. You've been having to juggle your home life, your work life, your love life, and it was getting really difficult. So you're like, I'm too stressed out, I need a fucking break. Some of you are actually planning a vacation, or you just recently took one over the holidays, because I know a lot of people travel to see their families, but I feel like a break was needed and it was taken, or it's being planned. So you're getting ready to unload things that no longer serve you, and just all the bullshit. And I feel like during this break, even if it's just a weekend, it doesn't have to be a 2 weeks vacation or a fucking cruise. It can just be going to your mom's house for a day and venting kind of thing, you know? I feel like there's a break, and it's like, just, I don't know, some of you could have spoken to somebody else and discussed your feelings about, you know, how chaotic everything is in your life, or this is just you processing it, your thoughts, and you're doing it by yourself, just trying to relax and unload, because you know that it's time for change. So you're going to come back lighter, basically, and you're going to know which direction to go in. You're going to, it's almost like a light bulb moment goes off when you take time to, when you took that time to think, to relax. So why is the Two of Coins reversed, please? For Aquarius. Yep. The Magician. Yeah, you're making shit happen. You're basically making space. You're making space so that you can follow your dreams and head in the right direction. You're unloading baggage, basically. Some of you could have actually started seeing a therapist or a counselor because of whatever happened in the past, and just for advice on how to move forward in a positive way. I feel like some of you are actually working on, you know, childhood traumas, even, you know, shit that happened a long time ago that you never processed through, and it's been affecting you in your adulthood, like the choices that you make, and like whether basically the wall that you've built because of past indiscretions, bad relationships, or whatever happened to you when you were younger. You're trying to work through that and heal it. So that's kind of some of the baggage I feel that's being unloaded here. You are the ruler of your universe, of your own life, and you do have all the tools that you need to make this work. If any of you lost your job and you're worried about money, don't worry. There is a job right around the corner. I feel like it's something that you've manifested, even if you didn't realize it. I feel that way with the relationship too. So if any of you went back to an ex, or if you were just in a current relationship that wasn't really progressing or going the way that you wanted it to, it just wasn't a healthy dynamic between you and this person. You, even if you didn't realize it, you manifested this ending because your higher self knew that it wasn't good for you. So I don't really feel like it's going to be much of a shock, but I keep looking at the lightning bolt on top of his head. So it's almost like that idea, like, yes, I gotta let this go. I know what I need to do now. So I feel like you've definitely taken time to think. Queen of Pentacles, and it has to do with your stability and your home life, because she can be a mother figure, she can be wifey, you know, whatever. Yep, you guys are dropping relationships and people, places, things that no longer serve you. You're focusing on your own stability, your own well-being. I feel like you guys have been loyal to a T and nurtured the shit out of this past person and any relationship you've ever been in. And I feel like it's never reciprocated fully. I almost feel like, you know, you have good days and bad days, but I feel like you give more than you get. And that's just been what's happened throughout your life. And you're ready to move on and move forward and not take those types of people with you along your journey. You're dropping it. You're like, I'm a powerful motherfucker. I do not need anybody. I can take care of myself financially. I can take care of my own needs. My own emotional needs, everything. I feel like this is like self-empowerment. This is standing up for what you believe in, following your own path, and dropping everything else. Like, no longer taking anyone's shit is what I feel. You're not falling for any traps. You're not falling for those sweet nothings that people say. This is heading in a new direction because you know that whatever you were doing up until this point wasn't working for you. This is fucking beautiful. I love this. And then for those of you who still feel stuck, I feel like this energy, you're going to start harnessing this energy, and the people around you, friends, family, lovers, whoever, they're going to start seeing a change in your demeanor. And some people might not like it, especially people who like to suppress us. They tend to either get mad at us when we empower ourselves, or if we take charge of our lives and our situations. It's like, you used to be weak. I could do what I wanted with you, and now I can't. So, you know, fuck you energy. And those are the types of people that need to go bye-bye anyways. So I feel like some of you you're not just getting rid of an ex, you're getting rid of relationships that are unhealthy for you. Even if they're family members. Like, I strongly feel cutting ties with anyone who doesn't have your highest good in mind. So if they want to poo-poo on you, you're like, well, I'm sorry, I already shit in a bucket, I'm gonna throw it in your face. Like, I don't know where that came from, but anyways. Some of the stuff I say, I'm telling you what, I'm just like, where the fuck does it come from? Oh my god. My son got this cup for Christmas. Isn't that the cutest fucking thing? Look, the handles are ears. I fucking love it. Anyways. Don't mind me. I'm sorry to shake the camera. So, that's beautiful energy to be in. You're done with anyone who wants to suppress you, anyone who wants to try to control you, anyone who wants to dictate what you can and cannot do. You're like, bye-bye. So yeah, near future energy within a month's time when you view this video, we have the King of Cups reversed. Dun dun dun. Someone is not going to be very happy with the decisions that you are making, but tough fucking shit, man. That's all I gotta say about that. No. He'll be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, not necessarily. With the King of Cups in the reverse, because normally in the upright, he doesn't wear his heart on his sleeve, so he's not overly emotional. He cares deeply, but he doesn't really express it. This is expressing how you feel. And I kind of feel like, for some of you, this is you. This is representing you, and you're just outing your feelings. Like, I'm sick of you, I'm sick of this, you know, I'm stronger than that, I know my worth, I know that I should be getting paid more, I know that I deserve a better partner who can match me, you know, you don't even give a shit if I'm home or not, all you ever do is bitch, like, you know, it's just every little thing that was suppressed within you, it's boiling to the surface, and you're just spewing it out at everybody. Anybody who has harmed you, anybody who has crossed you, you're like, I'm gonna tell you how I fucking feel, and if you're really my friend, you will accept what I said, apologize for being a bitch, and we can move on. If not, bye. Like, you're just expressing yourself, because I feel like you have been holding on to this shit for a while. For some reason, I just feel like you've just been thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking about these people and these situations, and you're like, it's almost like you stewed on it to the point where you're gonna explode, and you're definitely telling people how you feel. Sometimes the King of Cups can be an emotional manipulator, so if this isn't you, or even if it is, but if it isn't you and this is representing the past person, because we do have cups in the past too, they might be trying to make you, guilt trip you, make you feel bad for leaving, make you feel bad for bettering yourself, for changing your situation. Because a lot of times when we do better ourselves, like I said, those who don't mean us well, they get upset because they can no longer control us. They're no longer an integral part of our lives. We don't give a fuck what they do or what they think. So this person, it could be your ex-person or a friend or family member, just any connections that you're breaking off. These people might be making you feel really shitty about it. But don't, because you need to focus on you and what's best for you, Aquarius. So let's see, why is the King of Cups reversed? Hangman. In the upright. I feel like it could be the emotional manipulation because other people are stuck. It's almost like living in a small town. This is just an example. You live in a small town, say you're going off to college to better your situation, and college is in a whole nother state, and you've had your best friend forever, ever since you were kids, because you grew up together, you know, and that person isn't bettering their situation. They're not going to college. This person got married straight out of high school, had a baby when they were 18, and they're stuck in this small town. They're stuck, and they're sad because they're losing you, so they want to try to manipulate you to keep you stuck, because you are all they have. They're not looking at this, they're not looking at the bright side for you, they're not looking at the fact that you're doing what's best for you, they're thinking of them. And that can go the same way for a relationship. So it's basically a sense of emotional manipulation to keep somebody stuck in a situation that they shouldn't be in, that they've outgrown. You're at that dead end road, remember? This is the dead end, and this is what comes with that dead end. People who want to keep you stuck. But you need to be stronger than that. You're the motherfucking magician. You need to tell them where to go, because you need to focus on you. So I almost get a sense that you might start ignoring people and what they say, because you don't want to cause problems, because I know that you don't like to rock the boat. You will if you have to, but ultimately you don't want to hurt anybody. And I almost feel like you advancing and you making these positive changes for your future, for yourself, you almost feel guilty with people in your past or in your current situation because they're not bettering themselves, and you can't let that pull you down or hold you back because, like I said, we are in control of our own lives. They can make these choices for themselves, but they're not. That's not your problem, and that's not your fault either. So, Hangman, can I get one more, please? So just keep that in mind, because I've been there. And then we have the Five of Wands reversed. So this is inner conflict, but it's also dropping conflict, like no longer wanting to fight about it. I feel like this is just making you feel stuck, whatever this person or people, because I feel friends and I feel an ex-lover. I also feel for some of you it could be family too, because friends and family kind of go hand in hand for me, because you don't have to be blood related to be quote-unquote family, you know. I just feel like there are people in your circle, in your life, who are trying to guilt trip you into staying stuck, and it's causing this inner turmoil. This is near future energy, so when you finally have this aha moment and drop whatever baggage you've been hanging on to, even if it's just emotional baggage, but I do feel like some of you are changing careers, going to school, ending bad relationships, no matter what they are or who they're with. These people are upset about it. They feel that whatever they want for you is best, and it's just because they're being selfish. So it's making you feel stuck and trapped and like, what do I do? Which way do I go? Should I even do this? Am I making the right choice? Yes, you are. And you will realize that the second you get away from people like that. And I mean, it's hard, especially when it's family, because let me tell you, my father, he's someone that would keep you stuck. Like, and he did for a long time with me, and it was not fucking easy to let that go. It just wasn't. And it took me years, and I still battle with it off and on, but it's not as bad as it used to be. It's just I know what's best for me, and that's what you have to think about. You have to think about yourself, your children, if you have any, just what's going to benefit you the most. And try not to care so much about what other people think. Let them judge you. Let them criticize you. Let them do whatever the fuck they want, because that's just a reflection of them, of their inner selves. That has nothing to do with you. It's just like when, excuse me, when you're a kid. Like, for example, I was a chubby kid, and I used to get picked on at school, and then I'd get fucking picked on at home too, but because my dad was a lovely guy. But anyways, I go to school and people call me fat and all this shit. And I do remember, even though my dad would call me fat too, he did say to me one time, he called me the ugly duckling, which wasn't very nice, but he goes, you might be ugly now, but you'll grow up to be a beautiful swan. And I mean, that's kind of like a backhanded compliment if you think about it. It's like your dad calling you fucking ugly, which is how I took it back then, but I get what he's saying, what he meant now. He just wasn't very good at articulating anything that's kind. And I had no escape, but it's where I was going somewhere with that. It's like that bully mentality. When people pick on you, they're saying what hurts them. So the people who are picking on me, even if they weren't fat, they're calling me fat, it's because they're afraid of being fat and they don't want someone to call them that, or whatever the insult is. You know what I mean? It's their own insecurity, so it's a reflection of them. It's pretty much what I was getting at with that bully analogy, not just putting it out there that I was a fat kid. Anyways, and I tell my children that all the time. It's whatever people say to you, it's a reflection of them on the inside, that they don't want people to know about them. Because if you want to hurt somebody, you need to think of what will hurt yourself. You know what I mean? So whatever hurts you will hurt them, right? Even if that's not true, that's how people think. But that's what this is over here. So anyways, without my stories and rambling on, the shadow side of the situation within yourself or within the people around you in the situation is unstable. And I agree with this 110%. Fucking focus. Come on, there we go. I agree with this 110%. I feel like this past relationship, I feel like where you live, your job, the people around you, the connections that you've held on to that you know are not good for you, just because you've known the person forever or because they're family or whatever the reason is, it's an unstable situation, which is why they're trying to keep you stuck and make you feel guilty for moving forward, for getting out of it. And then non-action, which is what I feel is happening or is going to happen when this emotional manipulator comes in, because with non-action, we have inner conflict and being stuck. So this is the non-action because of what somebody's telling you, because of how they're treating you. Ask yourself, the people who are treating you this way and saying these things to you to keep you stuck and to keep you all riled up inside and confused and conflicted, are those the things that they're saying to you? Would you ever say that to your own child? Would you ever give that advice to yourself? Would you, if you were your own friend, would you say that to you? If the answer is no, then you ignore the people who are saying that shit. Just try to flip it. So, like, because sometimes we don't think that way in the middle of a situation, but I feel like you're in an unstable, unhealthy situation. You know that the end is here. You know you need to get out of this relationship. You need to get away from these friends. You need to get out of this job. You need to get out of this fucking town. No matter what the situation is for you, there's something that's keeping you stuck. And it's time to move forward. You have reached the end of the road. And now we have change. And we're going to have beautiful things coming in when we make that change happen. So keep that in mind. Keep your eye on the prize. So what somebody would like to say to you, or what you would like to say to them, depending on where you are in the situation, your words linger in my mind. I feel like this is the emotional manipulation. Your words linger. What you told me, this secret I found out. Whoops, I'm fucking everything up. Our breakup, whatever happened in the past that's bubbling up to the surface, that's making you know that you need to move on or drop this person, place, or thing. It's a guilt trip is what it is. Like, I'm like, I start talking and then I veer off. So somebody gets distracted easily. I don't know if you're dealing with somebody who has ADD or if you have that yourself. I almost feel like I'm going in one direction and then it's like, bleh. You know, that just made me think. I feel like sometimes you get the courage to stand up for yourself and to speak your mind and to tell people what you want and what you need, and then somebody shoots you down, and then you almost stop what you're saying, like I shouldn't be saying this because it's not going to matter anyways, or it's just going to cause a fight or something. I feel that guilty conscience, even though I feel like you shouldn't have one. Yeah, somebody said shit to you that hasn't gone away, and that might be where that bully analogy came in too, because I can tell you right now, it's so much easier to believe the bad things that people say versus the good, and it sucks that it's that way, and it really sucks that you have to work hard at accepting a compliment, especially when you've been belittled forever, but that shit sticks with you. I'll never forget those kids who picked on me. I will never forget the shit my dad said to me or what he did to me. You know, like, and there's a lot of you out there who have similar experiences, and even if it's not with your friends, classmates, or your family, it could have been with a past lover, in a past relationship where they just broke you down. So just be careful. But yeah, that's what I feel like that's you guys, or it could be the other person, and then would you reject me? Which it all goes hand in hand. If you've dealt with people who talk down to you all the time, it makes you feel insecure. These are just insecurities coming up to the surface, and it's all things that you can work through because you got this. You're the magician. You can make this happen. You need to drop these people, anyone that makes you feel that way. And you know what? If you do ask somebody new out, like you go in a new direction, don't worry about rejection. If that person says, no, I don't want to go on a date with you, or I already have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever, you tried. Pat yourself on the back for standing up and doing and for saying something, because if you didn't do that, you never know. And what you did find out was valuable information, within that rejection, you learned that that person isn't for you, at least not right now. You know what I mean? So you can let go of it and move forward and not stay stuck and wonder, because that's what happens a lot of times. People don't speak up, so then they're caught in their heads like, oh, do they like me? Do they not like me? And you're reading into every motherfucking thing they say or do. Anyways, I've looked you up online to see what you've been up to. So I feel like either you are watching somebody or they're watching you. With that, I feel like that has to do with the ex person that needs to go bye-bye. But I just heard secret admirer. So some of you, there's someone from your past, not an ex-partner. Oh, it could be. But someone from your past who is actually checking up on you, keeping tabs on you. Not in a creepy way, but just kind of seeing where you're at in life. Because I do feel like they're still interested in you. I don't feel like that's like creepy stalking. And I also don't feel like it's somebody bad. I just feel like it's somebody you know that is not part of your current life. Yeah, so somebody might make a surprise appearance into your near future. Sudden change. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much what I have for you, my dears. Be careful with advice. You know, listen to yourself ultimately before anybody else. Don't allow anyone to keep you stuck. It looks like you are headed in the right direction currently, but when this person comes in to guilt trip you, to make you feel stuck and confused and what do I do, just prepare yourself for that to be coming in so that you don't get caught up in it, because I feel like this can be changed. We have free will. So if you don't like this outcome of what's coming, ignore that person. You know, like you can change course so that so you don't have to deal with it as intently. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that's what I have for you, my loves. I hope that it made sense. If it did, please like, share, comment, subscribe. The more you interact with me, the more apt I am to pick up on your energy. Hit me up for a personal. I do have openings. I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.